All right, and here we are in another episode of Let's Not Argue with myself and Mr. Sean Thomas, owner of the best vegan restaurant in Philadelphia, voted by you. Let's Go Vegan Philly. And as you can see, I got Brick City behind me, even though I'm in Philly. And it looks like Mr. Thomas is chilling poolside.
Yeah,
I don't
man.
know. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Must be nice out there. I know it's a hot day. Got the pool out there right in front of him. Got the sun on him.
Yes,
Got
sir.
Mohawk Shorty in the background. Got the snack bar behind him too. Like I know that place very
Uh-huh.
well. I know that place very well. Them cheese fries used to be bomb. Um, but it's been a couple weeks since we talked to y'all, and we've actually, Sean and I actually took a trip, little family getaway. We had a lot of time to discuss some things, had a little bit of fun.
Yes, sir.
We just did some things, man. And just to let you know, I did play Madden while we were out there, and I won. One game of
Let's
Madden,
get it.
I won. All right, put that
That's what I'm
out there.
talking about.
So I mean, when we were away, I'm gonna just get right into it. When we were away, right?
Uh-huh.
We went out and I told you about a video I saw of these people that were, I guess, doing a podcast. And it was very interesting what they were doing. And before I even address that video, I want to talk about the Dave Chappelle 847 special. Have you had a chance to see that special?
Yes, I watched it a couple times.
So that special I thought was genius.
Yes, it was always.
I thought it was genius. I thought that it took Dave Chappelle from the level of, and people might get mad when I say this, of Richard Pryor, right? Not that he's Richard Pryor, but took him from Richard Pryor to Dick Gregory.
Yep.
Okay, took him. He made that step right there. Now it's been a few weeks since that has come out, and for the people that haven't seen it, we're not going to spoil anything for you, but we are going to talk about it. He came out with a notebook, and the way he told his story was ingenious, and what he was talking about was ingenious, and it was something that needed to be heard.
Yes.
When you saw that special, being the man that you are, what went through your mind when it was over? When it was done, what went through your mind when that special was over?
Just like you said, ingenious, man. It was something that was needed. I think the whole thing about it wasn't a time for comedy. You know what I mean? Like you said, people want to know what celebrities think. Nobody care about what they think at a time like this. We just watched the man be murdered for 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes. And for him to be brave enough to do that, it just set him apart from every other comedian in the world.
Yeah, it really did.
In the world.
It really did. And by that happening, by him doing that, like you said, just to take the words from you, it set him apart from every other comedian in the world. At a time when people are coming to see him do his comedy thing, he took that and said, "I can't talk about comedy right now.
Yep.
I can't be that person that I can't laugh right now because I'm pissed off."
Right.
And it all stems back to George Floyd, of course. But I want to go to real quick the podcast I saw. I'm not gonna put the name of the podcast out there yet or at all. But if they see this, then you're welcome to come to our show. But the people on the podcast, they enjoyed the special. They said they enjoyed it on one hand, and then on the other hand, you had the female saying that he didn't say anything about trans people. I don't know if she's trans or not. I don't know. But he said he didn't say anything about trans people. There was nothing said about gays. The only mention of a woman was in a negative way. When I heard that, I said, why does he have to incorporate everybody's struggle in his special?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Why do we hold these celebrities right now to the point of you have to talk about everybody. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, if there were a comedian that only talked about issues with the gay community, with the LGBT community, I'm not going to turn around and say, well, he didn't talk about black people
Right.
as a whole. So
Right.
why? I'm wondering why we hold these celebrities accountable for including everybody in what they do.
But people forget that they have the same opportunity to talk. So instead of using your moment to talk about trans people, you use your moment to talk about why Dave Chappelle didn't talk about trans people.
Hey,
It
how
don't make
about
any
that?
sense.
how
You
about
understand?
how about that?
You know what I mean? That's what we forgetting. You have a microphone too. You have a platform too. I'm pretty sure they got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everything else. So people have been trained to just bash other people. That's it. It's just to take a moment. Let me take a moment to point my finger at this person and say, why didn't you talk about this? Why didn't you use the oxygen in your lungs to talk about it?
Right.
I get
It's
to
not
talk
on
about
it's not
whatever I
on
want to
Chappelle.
talk about.
Right. Right.
I can talk about whatever I want to talk about.
You got a gay man and Don Lemon
Yeah.
talks about issues every night, 5 nights a
Right.
week. He talks about certain issues. Nobody comes to him and says you didn't talk about this issue or you didn't
Yeah.
talk about this issue. He talks
Yeah.
about the issue that concerns him at the time, and I don't think that's fair to a guy, to anybody personally. I don't think that's fair to Dave Chappelle,
Not
who
at
went
all.
out there and put out this like if he went out there and talked about the gay community because something happened in the gay community, I would probably feel the same way. Like that was
Right.
a genius stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
But nothing happened to them. He was talking about this black man.
right, he was talking about a
Black
particular
people.
situation.
That's it. A
Absolutely.
particular situation. I don't. It's his art. He can draw whatever he wants to draw. Stop
Yeah,
trying to
absolutely.
dictate what people can draw and what people can talk about. They're always trying to dictate to you. But they're always trying to co-opt our movements. Everybody wants to piggyback black people and try to get themselves some benefits.
And that's
You
what
know
I
what I'm
was going
saying?
through next.
That's how they
That's
do.
where I
They
was
they
going.
they, they ride our coattail, but then they don't bring us in with them. Once they get in, they shut the door on us. So it's like I explain to people. It's like when you get a parking space. The handicapped people, when they get a handicapped parking space, I can't park there because I'm black. It's strictly for handicapped people.
Mm-hmm.
When veterans get a parking space, I can't park there because I'm black. It's strictly for veterans.
Mm-hmm.
When women get a parking space for women's rights, I can't park there because I'm black. I'm not a woman. Women get there. That's it. But when black people get a parking space, everybody they pull their car in. Hispanics, Asians, Arabs, goldfish, one-eyed monkeys, everybody, ants, bats, rats, cats, roaches, dogs, everybody get to pull into the space and get some benefits. So when I pull up black, I want to park my car. I can't get there because it's a long line. I can't even
Right.
get in my own space.
Right. And
You know what
and
I'm saying?
it feels like right now I'm seeing a lot of the gay community is really the gay community has moved into the Black Lives Matter movement. And what I
Yeah,
mean
but
by
that's
that
what
is
that's
we're seeing a lot of like ads about the gay community.
yeah,
We're seeing a lot of
yeah,
posts about the gay community, and
yeah.
it all stemmed from the death of George Floyd, and they've also been
And it,
fighting for their own causes. They have.
from day one, they've been fighting for their own cause. Black
They've been
Lives
fighting for
Matter
their own.
is the LGBT movement in blackface. That's all it is. Like, let's
If you
keep it
look
real.
into it, yeah. If you look into it, yeah. If you look into
Their
absolutely.
mission statement doesn't even mention black men. It mentions trans, queers. It
So
doesn't even mention it has not one mention of black men. But when the black man get murdered, and then all the attention on black men, then they swoop down in and take it from us and co-opt the movement, and then it's theirs. Why
so
am I seeing
let me ask
rainbow
you this.
flags when a black man just died? It doesn't even make sense. It's like seeing a swastika being hung up when a Jewish person just got killed.
So let me ask you this: if are you saying, and help me out because I want to be clear in my questioning and in your statement. The Black Lives Matter movement was started by the LGBT community, or just somebody that is from the what do you mean by that?
That's who runs it.
The
That's who runs it.
community or a person?
People. The people are from that community.
Okay, the people that created the
Yeah,
the movement. Okay, I got you.
and it started
So
2013.
so let me ask you this: if that being the case, even although it says Black Lives Matter, and then it was started by the LGBT community, does that mean? Let me change up my thought process. Does that mean we
Hmm.
don't have a movement?
We don't have one
Now, as black men or as black people?
as black men and black people. We don't have one.
So the Black
Not
Lives,
that one. We got some grassroots, but
but that's
that's not
not.
the one
But
that's being
that one that's
publicized.
being okay, right? That one that has the all the
Yeah,
that's gotten on the track really
all the
is
hashtags and all the
mhm,
CNN and Fox and TV promotion. That's not ours.
very
You
interesting.
can't even ask an average black person who started it. They don't know. They don't
That's
know. They
true.
just
I
know
had to
that's the
look it
one
up
that's on
myself.
TV.
Hmm.
So they want to go with the one that's on TV. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So you gotta watch out for that. The devil is tricky. That's
very
the one that's
interesting.
on TV. If it was really about black folks, it damn sure wouldn't be on TV. If it was really helping,
Hmm.
it wouldn't be on TV. They wouldn't even talk about it. Like the ones they don't talk about. They don't talk about it.
So one thing that we've talked about recently, excuse me, I guess now we're on camera. Now I get a little nervous. Not some things that we've talked about recently. We talked about how there's some, I don't know how many cities, I think it might be 10 cities in the United States have painted their streets, and we know what was painted on the street.
Yeah.
I believe there's one city or state maybe has changed a law to make police accountable for some of the things that they're doing. 10 cities have done some painting. One state, city, area has changed the law. They're taking down monuments. They are wanting to remove the Confederate flag. All nice gestures, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
It don't get
In
you
my
none.
thought, it doesn't get you
It's
anywhere.
symbolic. It's
It's
symbolic.
very symbolic.
We have streets named after black people. It doesn't benefit black people. I went to Martin Luther King High School, the worst school you can attend.
I know some people
So
that were
what did
from Martin Luther King. Absolutely,
yeah, so
absolutely.
giving me a holiday and giving me a street don't mean anything. Give me my check. Imagine you loan somebody $10,000 and every time you go to get your money, they give you a bottle of water. The next day they give you a cake. Next day they give you a fruit basket. No, I want my money. I don't want this stuff. I didn't loan you the fruit basket. I want my money, man. Where's the check?
Right, right. Yeah, absolutely
Where's the
right.
check?
So
So if you're trying to help black people, then give us a bank, give us a school, give us a hospital. They donate to these organizations, and black people don't even see the light of day on that money.
no, and it's very interesting. We mentioned that before. How these companies are saying they're donating money to aid in the
Some
systemic
social
racism.
justice
I
organization. What does that even mean?
I've said it before, and I'm sure you've said it. It's not the laws. I mean, we need changes in the laws, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not the laws that are really affecting black
Come
people.
on.
These laws are not going to keep black people from dying at the hands of racism. It's got to be a
Mm-hmm.
change in the heart. It's got to be a change in the mindset, a change in the heart, and those are the type of things that I'm not sure. I'm not sure it can be changed. To be honest with you, I don't know if it's
Well,
just
you can't. I'm not interested in changing how somebody feels about me. That's a waste of time.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? As long
I
as I
don't think
got,
it can happen. I don't think it
you
can happen.
can't.
Even
You can't. You can't.
that's generational.
If somebody got an evil heart, they just got an evil heart. Why would I be interested in changing their evil heart? Why would
Well,
I be interested
I'm not
in
thinking
looking
about
for? But these people don't have a history of showing you goodwill. So why would you expect goodwill from the
right.
people that don't have
I'm
a
not talking
history?
about the people. I'm not talking about the people now, but I'm talking about generation. I'm talking about
Yeah,
three,
yeah.
4 generations after we're long
But this is
gone.
why you need laws.
Hmm.
This is why you need laws. That way, it doesn't matter how you feel about me. You know what I
Right,
mean? I have my,
right.
but then it's being interdependent, right? So you got levels. You got dependence, then
Hmm.
you got independence, then you got
Hmm.
interdependence,
Right.
right? At this stage, as a race, we are still dependents, equivalent to children. We don't have our own. We got to look towards others to give us everything: jobs, food.
True. 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 Oh, we lost him. Oh, there he is. He came back. We lost you for a second there,
You
cuz.
were
You all right?
dependent. Yeah, I mean, you still got
Okay.
me?
Yeah, I
Yep, I'm here.
got you. I got you. We lost you
Yeah,
for just a quick second.
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so when people say, you know, how come black people can't unify and can't do this and can't do that? Dependents can't unify. Dependents can't unify. A group of babies can't unify to do nothing. Because you were dependent on your mama feeding you off her breast and your daddy putting you to bed. You are dependent.
Mm-hmm.
You can only, there's stages. You go from a dependent, which is a child, to an adult, independent, and then it's interdependence. We are still at the bottom stage of this thing.
Right.
We still at the bottom stage. We work for other people. You can't have unify a people and come together and collectively and all of this stuff when you got to look towards somebody else. I got to look towards somebody else. How we going to come together?
Well, some people might say that you have to unify to become independent. Excuse me. For
No,
instance,
independent is not a group thing. That's an individual thing.
right.
Individually, you get independence individually. And then once you have that, then you have interdependence, a collection. Now we come together, group economics. Now we group up. You feel me? You can't group
So you're
up
saying
when your
independence
people,
first, and then
yes, you
okay,
can't group up. In the dependent stage, you're still a dependent.
right? Okay,
You're still
I see what you're
dependent.
saying.
Most black people that have jobs during slavery, 99% of black people work for white people. Right now in 2020, whatever the day is, July, whatever it is today, 98% of black people work for white people.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the process? Where's the progress? Where's the independence? Where's the interdependence? You can't do it from that where you stand at. They got you locked and boxed. They got you. We all trying to scratch our head like, why black people just won't come together and make this happen and do this and do that? You still a dependent.
So with you starting the restaurant, with me starting the radio station, with people starting their own business, that's a means to become independent.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
once that's established, then you come together. Is that what you're saying? Then you come
Yes.
together,
Yes. And
and
then
then group economics, and then
there
establish.
you go. There
I
you
see
go.
what you're saying.
We can't build anything or come together when we all dependents. Where we gonna get
Mm.
all our stuff from?
Right,
Where
because you
we gonna
can't.
get all?
I see you can't be independent, and then you got to clock in and
Yeah.
out, and
Yeah.
then work on. I see what you're saying.
Imagine your child cursing you out, saying, "I don't need you. I'm done." Leaving the house, and then you say, "Okay," and then they come back every day like, "Yo, let me get something to eat. Let me get some water. I thought you wanted to be independent."
Right.
Let me borrow a few dollars. I mean, you still got to keep going back to them for everything.
You know what you just reminded me of, man. You just reminded me of the episode of the Cosby Show when they took all Theo's furniture. He had to buy. He had to talk to Mr. Harley Weewax to get all this stuff. And that was that the message in that episode itself was dope as far as being independent, showing the kid you're not ready for this world.
You're not ready for that.
You're not ready for this world. You
And
have
as
no
the
idea
people,
what's going on.
that's what I'm saying. As the people, we're not ready for that. We're not ready. We are not ready for that, man. You know what I'm saying? And let me just go back a little bit on our LGBT thing.
Okay.
Because when you talk about this, people generally don't want to touch the subject because at the end you get, you being anti, or you get attacked for just for even mentioning it. You know what I'm saying?
Something that's not in the positive light, right?
In the positive light. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no problem with. We have family members of that community.
Yeah.
We have family. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to clarify that when we talk about that. And I know I might have came off a little harsh with the swastika thing. That's not. You know what I mean? That's not. Nobody.
Listen, this
nobody,
is
you know what I'm saying?
this is
So
New
let me
Truth
just clear
Radio.
that up. I don't want you to, I don't want them to get angry at that. Oh, no, I'm just saying it didn't make sense to me to see certain flags go up that had nothing to do with what just happened.
Right.
That's all.
Right.
That's all. So let me take that back. What I said, because that was a little. I know that was a little hard on you.
But what it is, it's an example. What it was an example.
That's an example. You know what
And
I'm saying?
for
But we have no problem. I got cousins that are LGBT. My partner is LGBT in the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? We never isolated them at Thanksgiving dinner. We
let me
never
tell you, let me tell you what you
isolated
did.
them at the church.
Let me tell you what you did. Because I don't mind what you did. I'm glad that you cleaned it up just in case there's somebody out there that wants to be hurt by what you
Right.
said. He's not here to hurt anybody. What you did was you and hear me out on this. Let me hit you caused a George Floyd situation. Let me tell you how. There were many black men that were killed by police on video. Garner was killed on police by video. Philando Castile, you saw him bleeding out. You saw
Crutcher.
Tamir Price. I mean, what's his name? I'm sorry. I'm the 12-year-old that had the gun.
Yeah,
You,
Tamir. Yep.
Tamir
Yep.
Price, right?
Rice.
Rice. I'm sorry, Rice.
Yep.
And nothing. And the movements were by us. What you
Mm-hmm.
did when you made those statements was you looked into the camera with your knee on the neck with a smug look on your face. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why right now, that's why you see there's so many different races in this movement right now
Yes,
because of
sir.
that smug look. I personally believe had this video had come about after he had died or without the smug look, all these racist women, it was the smug look into the camera while he just stayed. That's what did it. And that's what your
Yes.
statement did. Your statement would cause a level of discomfort,
Mm-hmm.
which
Mm-hmm.
causes either you're going to listen or you're
Mm-hmm.
going to turn and walk away.
Correct. There you go.
Right. I'm one that listens.
There you
Right.
go.
And the people that are intelligent out there are going to be people that listen. So I don't
And I
mind
think,
your statement.
you know what I mean, and that's the way everybody should be. You know what I mean? Because how we gonna change if we ain't gonna say what's real? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I want to
Absolutely right.
shock you. I want to say something that strike a chord in you, to
Mm-hmm.
wake you up, to make you say, okay, you know what I'm saying? This is what it is. I think we try to do safe talk so much that we back ourselves into the bottom with the
Right.
safe talk. We're trying to be politically correct all the time. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? What does that even mean? That means we can never clean the issue up. When you're trying to be politically correct, you can't clean it now. You can't
Right.
fix it now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. You
Right.
know, I want to be real, man. I want you to be real. You know what I'm saying? With me, that's how you get better, right? It's like a ball player or anybody else. Somebody got to tell them, hey, this is what you do. This is what you're doing wrong. You got to be
Like,
real
look,
with me,
you
so I
suck
can get
going to your
better at it.
left.
You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
can get better at something. But we
absolutely.
got into this safe talk and this politically correct, and now guess what? We at the bottom now because of that.
Let me put something on your mind. It's something I was thinking of, and I think my mind is constantly. I'm always thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you want me to explain why I say this, because some people would not go with me here. But if you want me to explain why I say this, let me know. Has Donald Trump been a blessing in disguise for black folks?
Yep. Yep.
Think so?
Yep. He make
So
you. Yeah. Here's another thing. I want people to do this for me. Because you hear a lot of talk about Donald Trump and he this and he racist and he might be a big of everything. I don't mind that. But give me a racist policy or law that Donald Trump did. Give me one racist policy or law
I don't
that he
know if
did.
I don't know if I can find one. I'm not saying that he has or hasn't done one
Okay? I
because
don't. You know,
I'm not
that's
one
what
to
would have.
memorize it, but
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what would affect me though. Those.
Mm-hmm.
Not somebody just talking crazy. That don't do anything to me. Just somebody just get on and just talk
Mm-hmm.
crazy and funny and no.
Right.
Give me
What
them
you
policies
say,
and them laws.
what he says really has helped fuel and I say this now because I feel like he's going to say it later anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I believe his words, his bigotry, whatever you want to call it, has added fuel to the fire of what this movement has become.
Yeah.
And it took the death of George. Unfortunately, it took the death of George Floyd in the way that his death came about
Mm-hmm.
for people to really people are sick of black people been sick of it.
Yeah.
Now you see other races At least
Yeah.
putting on the show as if they're sick of it too. I
Yeah.
know white folks that were sick about sick of hearing about it, but not necessarily doing anything. And they were sick
Mm-hmm.
of hearing about it because it was disturbing their life. Right? It
Mm-hmm.
was disturbing what they know. They weren't sick about it because it was happening. We were
Yeah.
sick because it was happening.
Yeah.
Now,
I feel like they're only sick about it because he making it known and they want to be racist in peace.
hey, it is right there.
They want
That's
to
a
be
statement.
racist in peace. But
That's a statement
Donald
right there.
Trump is like, he loud about it. And
And it's been
he
loud about
exposing it. He's been loud.
it.
He exposing it. He letting you know where it is. And I think that's what they mad about. Like, nah, we supposed to do our thing, systematically and all that. But now he like, no, they out there. We gonna put it out there. That's what they mad about. He exposing it, and they didn't want it exposed like that. They didn't want to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
when you talking about reparations and like I said, that interdependence, ain't nobody gonna march with you about that. Ain't nobody gonna hold a sign up for you for that. But they don't mind marching with you and holding up BLM signs with you because they know they don't mean nothing. It just make them look cool for the moment, like they down. But you ain't down with me until you want me to be independent and then interdependent from you. From
hey,
you.
there it is right there. There it is right there.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
It's like how Dane Dash do, man. His thing is, he like to make everybody bosses around him. He don't want no workers.
right.
That's letting you know, like, I'm down for you. I want to make you a boss. I don't want you just working mopping for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make you a boss. You know what I'm saying? Until
Right.
them people want to see that independence and then that interdependence from you. They don't really want much for you. They don't want nothing for you.
Absolutely.
That's why they giving you these pacifiers, man. These streets and these holidays, and black people can't eat that stuff. Black people can't pay their bills with that stuff. Black people can't lift themselves out of poverty with no Black Lives Matter street.
It's not a job. There's not a job that you have to apply for.
Yeah, why would I
That's
want
gonna
my
make you
name?
rich
I don't even want
or
my name
wealthy.
on no. I don't want my name on no street in America. This is the most filthiest place in the world. I
I
don't even
want
want
my
my
name.
name on
I
no.
want my
Yeah,
name. I want my name on the street.
you know what I'm
Doggone it.
saying? But
Put my name
yeah,
right there.
but you know what I mean? Like I said, Martin Luther King Boulevard, more niggas get shot on Martin Luther King Boulevard than anybody.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
I want my name on
That's
that
true.
street for? Black Lives Matter lead right to the White House where all the evil happening. Look
Philly
how they
might
tricked
have
you with that.
Philly might have the only Martin Luther King Boulevard. Might have the safest Martin Luther King Boulevard in the world.
Right, right.
That's because it's a highway.
But look where they put the Black Lives Matter street, the road that leads up to evil.
Where did they put that? I don't even know where did they put that.
Pennsylvania Ave, I believe. I don't
Oh,
know.
you talking
Like
about in
one of them.
DC?
Yeah,
In DC?
DC.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Because then they
DC
do
line.
one in Philly too, or no? They did something
I
else?
don't know.
They did like a whole bunch of cities. They
Yeah, a
did
whole
something.
bunch of them.
They did something in Philly. So all right.
But look
So
how quick they can make that happen. 5 minutes. They can give you a street. They can give you a holiday without even thinking about it. But they
right,
still debating about that check, though.
they are. They
They've
are.
been debating for 400 years about that check.
You know what should be? You know what should be a holiday? A paid holiday for these companies? Voting day. Is that what it's called? Voting day? Is that what election day?
Election day.
Election day should be a paid holiday. Go out and vote. Come back with your stick. You get a full days of pay. I
Right.
wouldn't mind. I mean, especially since a lot of people have to take off to vote, and and some of them are working. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
Right.
But
Right.
there's a lot going on, man. And look, I wanna thank you for joining the show. What's up, Shorty? I see you. What's up? I want to thank you for joining the show. I know you sitting poolside trying to relax, man, but we said we was going to make this happen. So
See
I
her.
definitely
Yeah.
appreciate
And
us
like
doing this.
we always in the show, we're letting people know that this ain't about hating nobody. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And it's sad that we always got to preface that. We always got to say that, because
Because
people
people are
stupid.
sensitive. People are
They
sensitive.
take everything personal. Like we are,
Mm.
yeah, it's sensitive. You use sensitive. I use stupid. Stupid. You know what I'm
Because
saying? A
you
black
know why
lady
you
told me a
speak.
long time ago. She said, stop calling black people silly. We stupid. We being stupid. You call it silly, you make it seem like something cool. Like, oh, it's cool. It's cool to be silly. It ain't cool to be stupid. We stupid.
You know
Stop
why
being stupid.
you know why you sensitive? Because the stupid people get sensitive.
Yeah, and I don't
So if I
care
call them
about them.
stupid, they're gonna get sensitive. But
Yeah, be
I wanna
sensitive. But we don't. It ain't about hating. We don't hate nobody. We ain't got nothing against nobody. But we
right,
just want our own stuff. That way, if
absolutely.
you want to act up, then it don't affect us. It don't affect us. That racism stuff only affect people that's dependent on racists for things.
Right.
Then you got to call it out. Oh, I was trying to get a job, but they racist. Oh, I was trying to get me an HBO special, but they racist. Oh, I was trying to get me some food, but the racist. That only affect you when you need something from them.
Let me put it before I let you go. I saw something today that kind of bothered me, right? And it's only because this TV show, I feel it puts a bad light on black women. One of these shows. It's about Atlanta Housewives. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Go ahead. I'm going with you.
So today I saw on MTO Media Takeout that Monique, the comedian Monique, and her husband are going to be on Atlanta Housewives.
Okay.
And it made me think of it because you talk about the special, they're racist and all like that. And I'm thinking immediately I thought about Monique with her gripe with Netflix and not getting people pay. Monique on Atlanta Housewives. Now, I personally, I'm not one that like, oh, I gotta watch this show. I have seen episodes. I have gotten caught up in the marathon, because drama kind of sucks you in sometimes. Monique on this show, after her gripe with Netflix about being racist, what kind of move is that? I mean, it's going on there to call everybody out on they stuff behind the scenes. You know what I mean?
That might be that you need that bank account is going down. That might be just a check move. I don't know. To get a check going, but it don't make sense. It doesn't really make much sense because you're going right to the same people, them networks. They all the same.
Yeah.
They're the same people. You know what I mean? They the same. So I don't get that.
Maybe you need
but that's why they probably sit back and take us like a joke because it's like we go off like this, and then we be looking for jobs from them.
Yeah.
You know how about that? It's just like why you go off on them, but you still want a job from them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, look, I'm going to let you go because, like I said, you are poolside enjoying the sun. And John, I know you're probably going to jump off the diving board or something. I don't know. I know you're going to do something.
Yeah, man.
Like I said, man, I appreciate you being on. I'm enjoying this whole video thing. We can do more of this.
But all we doing is just laying the groundwork, the tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a long time for black people to get where we want them to be. But somebody got to say something. Somebody got to do something. You might not get to enjoy the shade from the tree that grew, but somebody might enjoy it 100 years from now.
Right.
You absolutely. So you gotta do just plant the seeds, man. That's all, and just tell it like it is. If you're afraid to tell it like it is, then don't talk. You know what I'm saying? If you're scared to death of Negro, then get out the way. Let some of us come that ain't scared. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just go to bed. Then, like they say, if you're scared, go to bed.
The people that want to take care of it, let them take care of it.
Let them take care of it. That's all, man. And it's never about hate because we don't hate nobody. We all got white friends, Asian friends, Arab friends. We work with them. You know what I'm saying? But when we see them, they all independent and they have interdependence. You know what I'm saying? We can all work with each other and enjoy each other's company, but at the same time, everybody should have their own thing. The game of Monopoly, everybody gets what when they start? $1,500.
Is that what they get now?
Yeah, when you play Monopoly, everybody start out with $1,500.
Man, I thought it was a while. It's been a while. I thought it was like 200, but that's when you passed go with 200.
Yeah,
so
you know what I'm saying? So we didn't get our 1,500. We just won our 1,500. That's all. We just want our 15.
1,500. Well, look, hey, shout out the restaurant before we go.
Oh yeah, go Vegan Philly. Our new spot will be either in Wilmington, Delaware, or Sicklerville, New Jersey. About to close out on the deal.
If you go to Wilmington, I man, listen. I know some people that's going to be there. If you go to Wilmington,
oh yeah,
trust me, I got a lot of contacts, a lot of connections in Wilmington right now, and I'm playing baseball every weekend in Wilmington, so that gives me.
That's what's up.
So listen, man, I already know. But when y'all make that move, man, of course you got to let us know so we can put it out there. We're gonna make it happen.
Absolutely.
All right, appreciate you. Look, we'll talk to y'all next time on Let's Not Argue right here on NewTwistRadio.com and the New Twist Radio app. Make sure you download the New Twist Radio app from the Google Play Store, and of course, go check out Go Vegan Philly and get those crispy crispy cauliflower bites and tell them I sent you and get those because I love them Jones. All right. We out of here. We'll talk to
Absolutely.
y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.